forget I am the leader. They want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet, the mayor, not the trustees.
Then I became mayor, making history. The next person I want to give kudos to is Trustee Stanley Brown.
The slap in the face that you would sit there and say, Lifetime Achievement Award to Andrew Holmes, and you knew what happened.
As you just saw, is chaos amongst our 4 trustees. There never has ever been a woman mayor in the village of Dolton. I don't understand why No Talk Tammy Brown won't vote for it.
Y'all are violating the Open Meeting Act 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Trustee House. You wanted to see, you should have ran against me, but you didn't. You know my number. You know what I live. You know all of that, Belcher. Y'all don't want unity. Y'all don't want to work together. Y'all don't want to do the will of the people. And Brittany, don't you repeat everything we just said up here. I don't got time for it today.
When I put you in your seat, Trustee House, Trustee Belcher never would have been a trustee.
In addition to that, on November 1st, we will have a Finance Committee meeting at 4 p.m. here at Village Hall. That was confirmed with our administrator. So for the last few months, I've talked about some concerns, or some growing concerns that I have about the status of our financials. At the last month, we reported a deficit of $1.5 million for the fiscal year to date. Additionally, we identified that there has been funds transferred out of one of our TIF accounts. Our TIF account is a restricted funds account that should not have any transfers come out of it. A transfer approaching $700,000 that was, the request was made on 2 occasions, Friday and Monday, to see what the purpose of that. I'm still awaiting a response on that, so I would ask if a response could be generated that is of high importance, that could reflect $700,000 additional dollars that the village has to repay to the TIF if there's not a justifiable cause. So again, we will be discussing some status of the financials and great concern, and I think we want to make sure that everybody is abreast in the community is aware of it. Thank you.
Any more general announcements?
Yes, I do, to kind of go off what Trustee House was saying. There was a TIF transfer of $700,000. Any explanation why they transferred $682,000 out of the TIF? Without board approval, who authorized it? What was it spent for? Where's the money coming from? Where's the gap? Is there any explanation for $682,000 being transferred out the TIF without board approval?
Any more questions?
No explanation?
Any more questions?
That's my last question.
All right. So
Yes, ma'am.
once I get to my mayor's report. Once I get to my mayor's report, I will answer a bunch of questions and rumors that's floating around that is really false. And it's said that this board only comes to board meetings to fight, argue, and bicker. No one ever comes to a board meeting to take care of the business at hand or take care of the issues that the people really truly have. It's said that the 5 trustees spend your money without your consent. It's said that the 5 trustees don't do their job as it relates to legislature. It's said that every single board meeting, nothing's getting done but their agenda as it relates to what they want, such as a recall, resolutions to remove powers to have, things of that nature. But ask the Fantastic Five, what have they accomplished over 2 years of being on this board? Forget the noise, ignore the noise, ignore the chaos, the mess, the back and forth, the bickering, and truly ask, what have y'all done as it relates to your job duties as trustees to govern this community besides fight with your mayor? That's it. Nothing has been accomplished. No ordinance, no laws, no nothing for 2 years. But I can give you a whole book of items that I have accomplished while fighting with them. I have been doing my job as mayor and then some. I do all 5 of their jobs and mine as relates to governing the community. And I always have shown you that, and I always will say this, my work speaks for itself. And I will continue to do my job despite the hatred, the deception up here that comes with this board. And they said because the Bible speaks of hardened hearts. And that's exactly what my board of trustees have currently right now. They have hardened hearts. Because one thing they're not telling you is, I won the recall. I won, the judge threw it out. You guys cannot recall or remove me from office. But they haven't told you that they're trying to pay their attorney $500,000. They haven't told y'all that they have tried to basically put the recall back up in the courts right now and spend another $100,000. These are things they're not telling you, right? But they want to grandstand and put all this little misleading information out here to the public, which is not fair to you guys. As it relates to money that they're speaking about, I will address that, and I will let my team address that, because it's unfair to the CPA, conspiracy group that we have, the finance director we have, and my village administrator that we have that does a damn good job of keeping our finances in order. Because if they wasn't fighting, they would know what's going on. Then they get up here and act like they don't. They got access to the bank accounts. They know what's going in and out of the bank accounts. They know that we transfer money left or right out of our bank accounts. We've been doing that for over a decade. So how dare they try to spin it to the public like we're doing something wrong. So I don't appreciate that, and I know that conspiracy is not going to put that CPA license on the line for some little ducats. They are millionaires. So I'm just telling you that I hate that they put things like that to you guys, residents. It's unfair to you, and it's unfair to try to come to board meetings and watch this show as relates to nothing getting done from them. Because I'm doing my job. They have stopped projects. They have stopped things as relates to moving Dolton forward, such as the ice rink. They have stopped your roof and window program. They have stopped a lot of things that you don't know what's going on because they're trying to cloud your judgment and cloud the actual things that's happening in the community from what they don't do. So I will address that in more detail as we move forward.
Okay, on this one, 2 weeks ago after the board meeting, because we recognize that grant money is a good thing. So I have sent in a request again, asking please send information that would allow the board to reconsider so we don't miss out on any opportunity. Sent that 2 weeks ago. I sent it again last week without response. Over the weekend, I did get the email document to us that purports to be the grant or why the grant is good. As I'm looking at it, it's a 1-page document. On this document, it does not say anything about $600,000. It does not really say what the money is going to go towards, what's our reporting requirements, and that's the information that we would like to have in order to be able to vote on it. I would encourage I would ask that this information not only be sent to the board, but please post it on the website so everybody can see that we're looking at the same document, which could eliminate a lot of the who's saying the right thing, who's saying the wrong thing. Unfortunately, at this time, based on this 1-page document, I have copies for anybody that would like to see. I'm unable to move forward until I get more information. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, so trustee, it's a shame that you get here 2 weeks later from the previous meeting and you guys did not vote for a grant. Residents asked me to put it back on the agenda, and that's exactly what I did, so that they can receive the $600,000 to field our community. It's a shame that you guys sit here and act like y'all don't get information or y'all don't really read the information you get to know the facts of what's going on. The village administrator have explained it to you and several others as it relates to this grant. We have told you that it's $600,000 on the line. Even the day of the board meeting, the residents yelled at all the trustees up here and told you guys you need to go and get the money. I did my job once again as mayor and made sure I go out the resources and bring them back to the community. And now all I needed was the support of my board to basically move forward with the resolution of getting the funds so Dolton can be rebuilt. Now we're here, and you guys is going to stand in the way of getting $600,000 once again because you're saying you're not getting something. My team is here to answer any questions that you guys need, and I'm asking you guys to reconsider once again and vote for the $600,000 so we can move forward. Do you want Keith to answer a question as relates to the $600,000, trustee?
Mayor, the questions I had or the documents I requested have already been requested. My ask would be, and this is an open loop test, so if we can get this information, and I do ask again now that it be posted through untransparency to the community so we're all looking at the same document. Should that happen at a subsequent meeting, I can reconsider.
So basically you came in here with a dead no, because if I'm saying everybody's here to answer any questions y'all have, you started talking about some documentation and post something. Hey guys, anything you got right now as related to this grant, and we can move forward. We don't have to have another meeting to wait till you guys approve to say we want to take the $600,000. It don't take a rocket science to say that you want $600,000 to improve your community. I know that I walked through Springfield, and there's a ton of people that jump all over the $600,000 because their community is so desperately needed. But here I got to pull teeth for my board to get on board with just approving $600,000 to help with a kids district. You guys know what I want to do with the money. You guys know that I want to build a water park for the community, and I'm not understanding again why you're holding it up because you're saying you want to wait on the meeting, and people are here asking me questions you may have to move forward. So I'm asking you again, trustee, to reconsider, ask your questions now, and let's move forward by approving this so we can get the money in our bank account so we can build up Greenwood. Any more discussions?
Yeah, I would like to say, I'd like to thank the residents who do come to the trustees to kind of hear it from our point of view. We don't want to be arguing. There's a real problem for lack of transparency. Trustee House asked for simple questions that's not answered. So we have a problem with transparency. They say, oh, it doesn't say $600,000 on the document. So we want legitimate questions as part of our job. And when they're not answered, we have concern. But I don't want to go back and forth. That's what I'm going to make my statement. And of course, if you got questions, please see me afterwards or come to the table with the trustees.
What you're saying is false. I wish you guys stop saying about a deficit, and I wish and hope that the residents will actually for you the things that they're saying up here. It's not true what they're saying. You can get the documentation yourself. This is like a scare tactic. People got to throw things out there just to get people up in arms about what is truly going on in the village when it's them five that's actually doing all the bad things in our community. So I wish you guys were for it, and that way you would know what's going on. Unfortunately, it's said that you guys have your minds made up. You guys don't want to vote to get the $600,000. So if that's where we are, I would like to move on, and we can move to the next item. Or you call it, I'm sorry. It is a motion and a second on the floor. Can you, let's call it roll. Yep. And can you repeat what it's for us to approve the grant?
Sure, I will do that. It's approval of a resolution for the open space land acquisition and development. And I don't have them out here, so I can't say that. But trustee House?
No.
Trustee Norwood?
No.
Trustee Steve?
No.
Trustee Holmes?
Aye.
Trustee Belcher?
No.
Motion failed.
All right, so when y'all have again reference for the second time, this board have shut down a grant that will benefit community as a whole. You guys can get the information, you can FOIA it, so you can kind of see what's going on. This is something that I did work on while fighting them, doing a recall, and basically I was very victorious when it came to getting money for us, and I got a lot more money for us that's coming out of pipeline, but it's sad to say that the board seem as though they don't want to vote for any grant money. And grant money, it don't come from you guys paying your actual bills. This is the stuff that I use to build our community, such as the ice arena and things of that nature. And you see the basketball courts are reopened, and I love the fact that the kids are happy that they actually got something to do. I will keep doing what I'm doing, which is building our community, because I love the fact when I go over there, at the basketball course, and I have lunch there from time to time, that the kids come up to me and thank me for actually giving them something to do, that they don't have to be on the streets. So that is the reason why y'all see me constantly building our community.
All right, next on the agenda is corporate bills for the AP warrant list from October 3rd of 2022. And just for the record, residents, this is the warrant list that did not get paid for the month of October. We did not pay one bill due to the fact the Board of Trustees did not want to approve any bills. So that means your light, your gas, your water, your insurance, everything was at a halt. So I'm hoping and I'm asking the Board of Trustees to please pay the bills so we can move forward with the operations of this village. Trustee House.
Okay, just as a point of clarity, the board called a special board meeting in an attempt to pass that list as well, but it was taken into court by the mayor's office, and the court ordered that no bills be paid. So the board made every effort to pay the bills for that month. Having said that, the October 3rd warrant list, corporate payments, $2,134,239.19. My motion is to pay this list, removing the following items. On page 1 of the list, affordable party planners, $4,150. Farley Williams, $3,000. Fioretti Campbell Law, $32,924.70. 5-star, $398,400 even. Gapska Roofing on page 9, $48,000. Hammond Fence, $19,602.75. JKCS, $15,000. JMA Architects, $9,610. Johnny Jefferson, $8,333.33. K&M Ventures, $46,000. Karen Gordon, $800. Quick Rink Synthetic Ice, $105,444 even on page 12. Laurel's Four Season, $10,620. MBD Solutions, $59,300 on page 14. Michael G. Earhart, $1,350, page 15. Michael J. Casper, $19,280, page 15. Oak Construction, $46,500, page 16. Positive Minds, $2,500, page 17. Raoul and Sons Landscaping, $38,775. Rogers Roofing, $64,214.67. Santee Shannon, $3,500. White Coal Pool Solutions, $44,192.50. And all manual checks written on the warrant list. My motion is to approve the bills, removing the items listed.
All right, is there a second? Okay, any discussion?
Yeah, may I be recognized?
Okay, then I'm after you. Go ahead.
What I don't understand is if people are doing the work, why they can't get paid. This is another example why we can't move this village along. If we have the funds there to pay the people when they do the work, it's just like somebody coming in your home. They come in your home, do the work, they're expecting you to pay them. We're trying to build this village together. It's first, say you want to come together, you want to work together. And I say it over and over again, there's an office downstairs. There's rooms here. You can hash out what you got to hash out there. But when you hire somebody to do this work, then people are expected to get paid.
Well, if I can ask, was that rhetorical or was that question for me?
One second. He made his statement, so let me make mine. So just to clear this up so the residents and everybody know what's going on, basically this Board of Trustees have put the village in financial despair.
Nope.
They put us in court several different times. If anyone's not following, they cost us over $600,000 for a recall for this attorney to get paid off of. Now, all the things they said before this, such as Trustee Norwood about let's work together, let's do this, let's do that. All they have to ever do, and I tell them this over and over, is call my phone. I'm willing to talk. I'm willing to work with a board that's willing to work with me. What's a shame is why we ended up in court. We ended up in court when it came to this October, let me get the date. This October warrant list, October 3rd, 2022 warrant list, when Trustee Jason House and this clerk right here, Clerk Key, have went to the bank to remove me off the bank account. Let me tell you how deep this gets. Trustee Keys and your attorney, that attorney right there, well, clerk, okay, Clerk Key, and that attorney right there goes into the bank to remove me, your mayor, off the bank account. So y'all should ask yourself, why are they going through so many great lengths to remove me when the law state the mayor and the clerk is the ones on the bank account to put Trustee House on the bank account? This way y'all need to open your eyes at so you can understand what is truly going on. It's a money grab, a power grab for the village of Dolton. They keep talking about deficit, but you keep trying to pay this attorney. I motioned for court because I tried to stop them from paying that attorney right here, that $600,000. So when we went to court, the judge stopped everything. She didn't want to hear anything. She said she's going to wait to do the hearing, and she stopped every payment possible and said she was only going to allow us to do payroll, which is to pay people that work for the village of Dolton. But unfortunately, what people don't understand is that people that do have a business, they work for the village of Dolton, and that is how they pay people in order to basically pay their bills. So they might be on a warrant list and they might say a company, but then this board of trustees attacks every single person. And it's a shame that they're doing that, because the things that Trustee House just removed from the warrant list is the things that I created for you. So because we're moving so rapidly and we're taking care of the business and you guys are actually happy about the things that's going on in the village, it's not paid with taxpayer dollars, it's paid with grant money, such as your windows, your roofs, your things you're getting done in the village you never ever saw in the history of Dolton for any mayor. So now that I'm shaking and I'm moving this village forward, they have a problem with it and they want to take the payments from those that's actually helping us. The names that he named on this have been still moving, even though they haven't received a dime from this village for a whole entire month. They have continued to work and build out, whether it's doing somebody roof, doing somebody window, but they're not going to keep working without being paid. So this is nothing but try to tie my hands, because I won't pay this man right here for their recall. I'm not going to pay it. I sued each and every last one of these board members, including the clerk, so they can understand that they are not going to wasteful spend your money to make sure they pay the $600,000 back for the false recall that did not work. So when you hear about all these things, ask questions, because people put out poison lies. And always remember, when the hate don't work, they start telling lies because they need someone to believe their foolery, because all we had to do is work together from day one. Day one, I ran with these individuals. Day one, I put Jason and Kiana on my ticket as trustees, not knowing that they was backstabbing me in the beginning just to sit here and do a power grab to do a recall. And when you're going to recall somebody, recall yourselves. Put it up for everybody when you make laws. Don't make it good for one and it ain't good for you. And that's what I didn't understand why they did it. Now I see. Now, Trustee House, I'm asking you to add those bills back in. You guys need to stop wanting so much control and help the people. If you truly stand for what you ran for, which is to serve the people, then serve the people. They have earned the check. They've earned the right to get their money. Y'all got upset when y'all didn't get paid, right? So give them their money. All I'm asking you to do is do what's right. The money is coming from a grant, especially with the ice arena right here on 144th and Greenwood.
Everything this woman said has been a lie.
You guys know that I ordered the ice, and this board, once again, here we go. It's in here, and you just took it out once again to buy the ice so that we can have a festival holiday for Thanksgiving. That's it. So you don't want kids to ice skate? Like, come on. Y'all got to at least have a heart. I know it's election time and everybody want to throw blows and go back and forth, but I think y'all need to have a heart and actually do what's right and put the money back in there so people can live their lives. They waited 30 days to get paid, and now you're going to make them suffer another 30 days? The holidays is coming up. They got bills to pay. So I wish you guys will stop what you're doing, go reevaluate. I'll wait, meaning today, and you guys put the items back in there for a vote because the people need their money. Go ahead, trustee.
My brief comment, just clearing up. Our attorney's bills are not $600,000. Our attorney's bills have reached approximately between $200,000 to $250,000. Just in point of clarity, my report earlier, deficit $2.9 million. It's not numbers I made up. There's not, if it's grant money, then the grant will go specifically to those expenses, and all the grant money also goes into the same account. So, but my concern again is the village deficit. So as we talk about it, and I'm equally willing to sit down and have a conversation. Had a finance committee meeting to have a similar discussion last week, and we were, and the committee showed up, and there was no participation from the other side. So my concern, just to state it clearly, is the deficit that's coming, is the deficit for the village of Dolton. And yes, we do need to work together to come up with a plan that is affordable for the residents of the village of Dolton, and a plan that's something that we can collectively move forward. Thank you very much, Mayor.
Trustee House, please stop. You keep talking about a deficit, but yet you turned in all these bills for all these people, but you're talking about a deficit. But you keep saying you want to pay all your friends all this money, but yet you don't want to pay the people that truly did the work, but you want to pay your friends. Please stop with the lies. Pay the people what's due and what's owed to them. That's all I keep asking you. Stop sitting here holding them hostage because you're infighting with myself and the board as a whole. Please stop. All I'm asking you to do is make it right and approve all the bills. That's all I'm asking. So if you guys will ask questions, you keep saying go to the committee meeting. We don't have to come to a committee meeting. All you have to do is pick up the phone if y'all have questions. Why do we have to get here to go back and forth? If y'all had questions, I know for a fact, because I was told my village administrator to reach out to you guys and ask any questions before we got here. Y'all talk about people running to y'all and tell y'all to stop doing all this bickering back and forth, but yet no one calls with the questions. But when we get here, we put on the show. We say, I got questions. I'm through it at the finance meeting. Your finance meeting at the end of the month. So they gotta wait another 30 days to basically get paid. And you could have asked these questions because this was all in October. So are you telling me today that the people not gonna continue to get their roofs and windows done before the weather break, trustee?
Well, my motion stands. So if the board would like to make amendments, they are free to do so.
I'm asking you, are you not going to allow the seniors and veterans that's on hold right now to get their windows and roof completed before the weather breaks, trustee? Because these vendors pay for shingles, pay for tarps, pay for windows, already ordered because they knew they was getting paid. So are you telling me you're not gonna put that or amend that back into this?
Mayor, the motion stands.
Y'all remember that. So Jason House don't care. Hold on, trustee. Do not care that you guys are completed, that you guys get what's owed to you because we already started the process. And residents, please stand up. Please say something. Please get to that podium and you let them know how you feel. Because you tell me all the time, but now y'all tell them. Because I've asked, I plead, and nothing's happened. Nothing's happened. It's like they want us to just be at gridlock. They don't want nothing to move. And I get it. You want your attorney paid. But pay the people their money because they actually doing the services for the residents. All those trees that y'all just got cut down, all that concrete y'all just got poured came from all the vendors he just took out of the warrant list. So what are you upset about, trustee? He can't give no answer. He want to keep saying it stands. Why? Just tell them why you do not want to approve them vendors when they got the services done, trustee.
Mayor, I have... Just to restate, I have 2.9 million reasons. That's my reason. Thank you, Mayor.
Trustee, that's not a valid reason. What? If I'm telling you and you know for a fact it's coming from grant money, how does that have anything to do with what you claiming, which is false, but what you're claiming? How? You still can pay for these people's items. And you still sitting there not wanting to pay for their items. And this is the main reason why I try to explain to everybody why government is divided. You have the legislative branch and you have the executive branch, which is myself. So when you sit here and try to give the legislative branch power, this is what they do. They nickel and dime and try to muscle the mayor into doing things for their friends and their cronies. I would never do that. So all I'm asking you today, again, and I know you're not going to do it, and I'm going to put it on the record, it's for the record, Clerk Key, make sure you take care of the residents, because right now you're not. You guys only do things that benefit you guys. Any ordinance, any laws y'all make up, it's to benefit you at the taxpayer's expense. You're not talking about a deficit when you're spending their money for your benefit. But why won't you talk about the money, why it's spending for their benefit, such as the grant money, which we have. We have $3 million. We got 1.5 million the first time, and now we got another 1.5 million. So we have money to do what you're saying we cannot do, trustee.
May I be recognized?
No comment, trustee.
May I be recognized?
You just not gonna pay for nobody's stuff. His time coming.
There are 5 other trustees. They are free to vote how they feel.
I understand it's 5 other trustees, but I'm asking you. By you being a senior trustee, I'm asking you. And I think you should do what's right. You was on my ticket. We ran for this dream team. We ran on the vision of helping the people. And I need you to step up right now and help these people, Jason.
I understand the desires to continue back and forth. I'm just not going to entertain it.
This isn't about back and forth. This is about helping the people. Put their items back in the motion. Amend the motion and pay for their items so we can continue with their roof and their windows and the rink over here, the ice rink that we're building now. Put that back in there. And any other trustee can amend that as well that's sitting up here. So y'all let me know if anybody gonna amend it, because we're gonna be right here until we fix this. When they talk about control and America do whatever she want and this, that is not true. Anybody that follows budgets and things of that nature, when we approve a budget, guess what? They approve what it is that I can spend as a mayor. It's already accounted for, and basically I just go off the line item and we spend the money that's allocated for us to spend in Dolton. So that's how we've been doing things in Dolton. When it comes to control, you got to understand, I am your mayor. You voted for me by 82%. So that means you entrusted me with the village to do what's right and make sure that I took care of the business. So if they want to control me, then who control the trustees? Because they can go back and forth. So if 5 of them want to control me, then who controls the board members? So you got to understand how the government branch works. So I'm asking once again for this board of trustees to humble themselves, have some love in your heart for these residents, and give them what's owed to them, what's due to them, what they waited for 8 years. And I know for a fact, because I've gotten emails, I've gotten texts and calls as related to, thank you, Mayor, for cutting my tree down. Thank you, Mayor, for filling my hole. Thank you, Mayor, for doing my street. Thank you, Mayor, for doing my alley. Something never been done in history of Dolton. They've all are grateful for what is going on in this movement. I don't understand how you guys, 5 of you, are sitting here trying to stop progress. Right now, Dolton is on the move, but it's on the move with just myself and Trustee Holmes. He's the only trustee that votes and give what the residents need and desire as it relates to making you whole and doing beautification throughout our community. So I'm asking again, because y'all keep talking about, hey, let's work together, let's this, let's that. So let's start today. Let's make the residents whole, and let's amend your emotions and put the roof and window program back in there so we can continue to give them what they need. And let me tell y'all something, because I need y'all to actually go read, and it is a transcript of what happened in court, so you will understand who's telling the truth and who's lying up here. And then my attorney right here, I'll let him chime in on what happened in court. No, the judge did not find me of doing any wrongdoing. Stop it.
She said.
What the judge said was that she was not hearing the case right now. She left everything the same. Everybody up here that's included had to give their evidence as it relates to the case of the court. She put it out for 150 days before she's going to hear anything related to this situation. But what she did do is tie their hands, because she saw that they was trying to pay their attorney, and she said, guess what? Nothing can go on the warrant list without the mayor's approval. Yes, she left it the same. And yes, the trustee house is a signer on the account with the clerk. But what I'm trying to explain to you guys is how y'all allow him to convince y'all to put him on the bank account when he is in trouble or has been in trouble with the feds. So if y'all follow up with everything going on in the community, y'all will understand what's going on. And these are facts. This is stuff people mess up money all day long. I keep telling y'all, when I say I'm real big on second chances, I'm real big on second. But guess what? Some people just don't get caught, but they are in trouble. Some people get caught and then they got to get a life sentence of just, oh, you wrong. But some people, guess what? Walking around with the same burden as another person, but did not get caught. So what I'm saying is, y'all allow this man to go on the bank account. Y'all didn't do any of your research, your homework. Y'all didn't do nothing. But I guess it's good, huh? Because everybody got their hand in the cookie jar. So all I'm saying to you is, all I try to do is protect the residents, speak out, tell y'all what's going on. I've done nothing wrong. I never do anything wrong, because I grew here, as I always say. The rest of them flew here. I'm going to always try to increase and make Dolton better and make Dolton proud.
May I be recognized?
Go ahead.
Just 2 points of clarity. You just stated, and it was on the transcript, that anything that went on the warrant list had to be approved by you. We did receive an email from our corporate counsel, which is Ansel and Glink, that requested to have their invoices put on the warrant list, and it wasn't put on the warrant list. And also, for clarification, you stated that Delgado hadn't been paid since February, when August 31st, 2022, check number 83440, they were paid $27,842. So they have been paid since February. So I just want to make that clear and for the record, because you are right. They did say, the judge did say it's approved by you, but be fair to everyone. Since you're saying people that's doing the work should get paid, there's other people out here that's doing the work should get paid. So you shouldn't pick and choose who you're going to pay. You should pay everybody.
And the attorney just said that was for the February bill. So whatever you're
it says July 2022 legal services. So if it's put in wrong through my viewpoint, then you need to do something about your finance director.
Your attitude, so thank you. But trustee, that was for the February bill. So putting that into record, it don't matter.
Please put it into record. It says July 2022 legal services.
Okay, that's fine. So that's what the attorney just said. So thank you. Next. Sure. Anybody else?
Yes. Go ahead, Jay. If I can be recognized, just Trustee Steve getting the new roof. I got the feds. I would encourage the mayor to put any evidence that she has and post it and circulate it. My background is free and clear for anybody to check. Exactly. So I feel free to say it, and that will conclude my response to that. And I'll let the mayor go back to her tantrum.
Okay, but okay, 1 second. So Jason, if you're gonna say something, then tell the people what the feds got you for then. Why was they at the healthcare custodian, which you worked at, and you was over the bank account, over right here at the U.S. Bank, and they walked you out, took your computer, seized your stuff. Talk to them then. You want to tell them? Talk to them. Tell the people. Talk to them. They right here.
This your fictional story.
No, ain't fictional. Ain't nothing fictional about it. Tell them. You say transparency. Do you want to tell them about that?
Hey, y'all want to hear a good story? Keep talking to the mayor.
Right, exactly. He's not gonna tell his stuff, but I know his stuff. So that's that. Go ahead.
I just
Clark.
have a point of clarity.
Go ahead, Clark.
Point of clarity. When we were elected in office, myself and the mayor were authorized signers on the bank account. So I didn't just get on the account. I've been on the account since I became the clerk. What the problem is I refuse to sign off on checks that have not been approved by this board, because that is an oath that I took. That was an oath that I agreed to follow the Constitution. And if the ordinances are not being followed correctly, I am not going to move forward and sign a check that has not been approved, because that is what our ordinance state. So I just want to clear that up for the record. I'm not picking a side. I'm doing my job.
Yeah. Well, I wish you would have done your job and made sure that Jason House didn't get on the bank account and try to remove me as mayor. And y'all should ask yourself, residents, how can people go into a bank and remove a mayor from a bank account when I had to jump through all types of loopholes when I actually became a signer on the bank account? So we also have financial as a listed lawsuit for them as well, for allowing them to be able to do this action, which they should not be able to do without even calling myself or anybody from my office to say that they're removing anybody or adding someone onto $1 million bank account. That's crazy. So all I try to do is put the stuff out there, and you guys kind of do with it what you want, but that wasn't right. And gung-ho on getting control of the village's finances, that they're going to links. The recall didn't work. Now you want to try to remove me from the bank account. So their goal is to really tie my hands and not allow me to operate as a mayor, and so I can bow down to them and ask them things. So I thank God for elections. I keep telling y'all this, and I won't keep on stressing it, but it's election coming up on February 28th of next year. And remember, Ed Steves and Tammy is up. So you will have your time to do a real recall in the village of Dolton by going and casting your vote. So I always stress that, because I want you to know when is your opportunity to remove people that's not doing the will of the people. Unfortunately, you ain't gonna be able to get Trustee House or Trustee Belcher, because they're not up until 2025. But I want to just make you aware of the people and individuals that is up. Trustee House, stop it. Stop politicking up here and take care of the residents and take care of the vendors that actually came and did the work in our time of need. I don't like the fact, and I'm gonna repeat, that these trustees
sit here and put us in the negative with things because they do not pay people. So a lot of people be afraid to come and do work here at the village because we are known for not paying our vendors. So now you're messing up relationships as though some that builds them, but some of them sticks with us. But some people cannot hold a tab and keep on working every month and spending their money to pay their employees. We have to do what's right. If they do the work, pay them for their work because the residents got that service. And that is what the issue is. Don't try to make it about something other than that. That one vendor got up there and said, y'all want them vacancies cut? He cut them down. That's the number one complaint that people call in housing. They live next door to a abandoned property or vacant, and then they want it trimmed. They want trees gone from around it because they got kids or grandbabies. They out playing. They want nobody pulled up in there. And you too should want that because now we're stopping the squatters. We're stopping all these issues that we get because people just been living in these vacant houses. Little do y'all know. And then you have other areas in town where you got hoarders going on. We had a whole prostitution ring that we busted on Trustee Norwood's block. She stayed 2-3 houses from me. So that's why I be trying to tell y'all. And we got 3 stolen cars. They was in the garage. These are the blocks they live on, allegedly live on. So all I'm telling you is that we still out here doing our job. Come on, man. Help us. Help the people. Stop getting up here pointing out something that got nothing to do with the other. And let's make the vendors whole because they help us in our time of need. And we still need them to produce for the resident. All right.
May I be recognized?
Go ahead.
I have a couple of questions and maybe Janice or Tanjani can answer it. I know that we have an electronic warrant list, but then on this AP list, there are some items on here that have already been paid with the credit card. So I'm trying to understand why they're on the AP warrant list versus the electronic warrant list.
You want to know
why they're on the AP warrant list instead of the electronic warrant list, and they were paid with the credit card.
Okay. Janice?
Which vendors are you speaking about?
Okay, image one, for $4,726. The balance, it was $2,000 that was paid with the credit card. And then it said it was a balance of $4,726 that was paid with the credit card. Then it's, Juicy Crab. That was a township event in Alabama that was paid with the credit card. And it's on this warrant list. Then it's Jim and Nick's Barbecue, which was a township event in Alabama, and it was paid with a credit card. Then it was Madison Street Family Restaurant that has no receipt attached to it. And then it was Pete's that was paid with a credit card. I'm just asking because I want to know why it's not on the electronic warrant list versus the AP warrant list.
Okay, and before you answer that, Janice, stop lying, Trustee.
What am I lying about,
Keep
ma'am?
saying it's a township event. It's not a township event. For the record, anybody that want to go to any conference can go. So stop trying to act like we having our own events because we do not. Anybody can sign up for a conference and go to it and get educated.
Mayor.
So stop doing that. Don't lie to the residents like that.
Mayor, when you went to Alabama, was it did you go as a township supervisor or as the mayor Dolton?
Why you worry about how I went?
I'm just asking the question. It's discussion. I just asked the
It's
question.
discussion, but I don't have to tell you how I went. If it's
Okay,
not on,
well,
if it's not on the list,
if
hold
I-
on.
if I don't
If
know-
it's not on the list, right? Because you could have asked me that before, right? If you really truly
it's
wanted to know.
discussion now.
Okay,
So here we go.
I don't go.
Janice, can you answer the
I
question?
don't go anywhere.
My Tanjani telling you what to say.
From here, because remember, y'all ain't got the money, right? Make up your mind. Y'all got the money, y'all do. So stop saying township
okay,
event.
I'm asking
So that's
the
why I'm
question.
correcting you, Trustee. That's why I'm correcting you because you got it wrong. That's
Okay,
not
so
true.
did you go as the mayor or did you go as the township
Again,
supervisor?
this ain't no Q&A for Tiffany Henyard.
It's discussion.
And I just told you. I just answered.
Okay, well, nevertheless,
So I
I'm
said you
still
got it
trying to
wrong. Do
figure
not
out
put the
why
township
they're-
involved in Dolton.
why they're on the AP warrant list versus the electronic warrant list.
So when the warrant lists are compiled, there may have been some that were entered as actual invoices when they were credit cards, but we can get that updated for you and provide you with the updated list.
Okay, I just want to know because if we just would have approved it, then they would have cut checks and they was already.
No, we wouldn't. We would have called.
Okay, all right. My next question is, do we have a tentative budget of any additional expenses for Greenwood project? Is there a budget for this?
Who is that for?
You can answer it.
Yes, we do.
Okay, can you tell me the budget amount?
Sure, I'll get you a budget.
So you don't know that we're about to spend another $40,000 this month for this Greenwood
You
project?
just asked me and I answered, so you can assume whatever you want.
I'm not
Until you see
assuming
the budget
anything.
from
I'm
me,
looking on the
then-
paper.
Then you can hold me accountable for the numbers that you're throwing out.
I'm not
Don't throw
assuming
nothing out.
anything. I'm just reading
You
on
are
paper.
assuming. You are assuming.
Okay,
And then
and
for the
then
record, when we spend money for the Greenwood project, so residents understand, it's through grant money. It has
I just
nothing to do
asked,
with,
did you
hold
have a
on, 'cause I want to
budget?
clear it up because you guys tell lies. So I want to make sure that they know what line item that come from, and you can see that in my viewpoint. So all your answers are really answered in my viewpoint, but you want to put on the show, so let's go.
I'm not putting on the show. I'm
You are.
asking you a
Go ahead.
question. If you
I
know what's in
answered.
my viewpoint, then you answer.
I
Then my
answered. Go
last
ahead.
question was, the $17,550 for the skates. Are those skates for the entire community?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and where are they located?
Why would I tell you that right now?
I'm saying, are they in possession of the Village of Dolton?
Why
That's
would
what
they
I'm
not
asking.
be? You asked the question, I answered.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
No problem. Any more discussion?
Yes, Mayor, I have one more comment.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of reiterate again, because on one hand, we say we have all this money, and then when it comes time to pay individuals, Public Works, we also have other individuals who have been approved by this board. I can throw out a couple of MBD solutions. We've received in the last 4 months, 2 notices from our health insurance, Blue Cross Blue Shield, that they were behind in paying and they threatened cutting us off. Also, prior to this recent court decision, congratulations, you won that. But during that time frame, we discovered 5 different instances where the Village of Dolton were overdrawn in the bank accounts. These are real concerns. If we have the money, I guess my question then would be, if approved, will all these things, including Public Works payment for the gentlemen that are doing the hard work, will those be paid immediately?
I just answered that, and the attorney just said, you spoke already, so I should move on because you're just repeating the same thing. And you already know the answer as it relates to Public Works. So that is the answer. And you was on the bank account, sir. You were. You and Clerk Key was on the bank account. So all that action or blaming, stop. You guys had control of it. You knew the day-to-day. You knew the amounts that's in the account. You guys had control over the complete bank account. So moving on. Okay, go ahead.
When we're talking about access to the bank and the information, myself and Clerk Key, checks were printed by the finance department. Checks were presented to myself and the clerk. We would sign the checks, assuming they were approved on the warrant list. Once the checks were signed, they were handed immediately back to the finance department. Now, what happened with the checks beyond that point was beyond Clerk Key and myself's knowledge. Some checks were released, from my understanding, some checks were not released. But that's past the point of our role in that process. Secondly, when we're talking about the credit card, I made no request to cancel a credit card. I would have liked to, I'll be honest with you, I would like to, but I made no changes. Everything was scrutinized through the court. If there was something improperly done, the court would say so. So there was no changes. And then additionally, when we're talking about credit card charges, in order to make a charge on the credit card, you have to have the credit card in your hand. So every item that we're talking about being charged had nothing to do with myself, had nothing to do with Clerk Key. It had to do with the card holder and the person that had the card in their hand. I didn't take any trips. I didn't fly anywhere. I didn't do anything that benefited Jason House or anybody else improper. Every charge we're talking about was done by the card holder. And so whoever authorized that, that's their responsibility. As Trustee Belcher mentioned, all we're really asking for is the documentation and the proof. Personally, I would ask that it be put on the website so that way it's transparent, because we spend a lot of time in this meeting saying, I sent that, I didn't send it. At this point, please, anything you send to me, put it on the website, I'll get it for myself. Thank you.
Go ahead, Tanjanique. So you keep saying allege. That's not a true statement. Allegedly use it the right way. because when they give you the check, it's the items you voted on, Trustee House. And for the record, it's many a times this body, this board have voted for you guys to sign checks and you refuse to sign the checks at all. So when you state facts, state the truth, state facts that make sense. You're making up things that sound good for you or what you feel that you want doing or whatever with a credit card. Stop. It's all like a spin cycle up here. That's all y'all do. Y'all get up here, we put on a show for the outside world. But yet, if you guys want any information, I'm going to say this and I'm going to say it again. All y'all have to do is ask. All y'all got to do is call me. I'll tell all y'all that. Don't none of y'all call me because y'all too busy fighting. Y'all too busy doing a smear campaign. And all you got to do is call if y'all wanted any type of information, any. But no one calls my phone. We get to a board meeting and we sit here for hours going back and forth over, you said this, we doing this was going on. This person got the card. Like, come on, stop. It's kiddie stuff. It's like, I'm over it. Like, stop. Let's move forward. And all I was stating is y'all making a show about something that's already approved and you pulling it out that's already approved. It don't make sense. It's for what? To chop up a video? What is for? Because it ain't the truth. I just wish y'all just focus on the truth. That's all I want. So we're going to move forward because we'll be here all night. We on the electric warrant. We still got...
be recognized.
Okay, 1 second. We still got AP warrant list and 3 other items. So go ahead.
Mayor, we in the spirit of working together, because it is 2024 and we all just sat up here and stated that our whole goal is to work together for the betterment of the community. When you sit here and you say, you hear me? When you sit here and you say we don't want to go back and forth, we do not want to go back and forth. But then you all say out of your mouths, we have credit card statements that we don't have. They're missing. They're clearly missing if we do not have them, if they were not emailed to us, if they were not sent to us. And as we all know, my viewpoint access, our access has been denied, restricted, should I say. So yes, we can access it, but we cannot look up receipts. We're also missing financial statements. We haven't received financial statements in months. How is it that as a board, we're over the finances? That's the trustee's job. We keep hearing, oh, well, no one's doing their job. No one's doing their job. This is our job. We are here for checks and balances, whether you all like it or not. So if we request the information, it should be provided to us. But yet we sit here and then we have invoices. We have emails every day. Dear Village of Dolton, let's start here. Dear Village of Dolton, I have a payment for work that I've done. I'm going to take out the invoice number for their privacy. Where Village of Dolton they purchased lights. The board approved the lights in June. Here it is. We're in January of the following year. They haven't received payment. Here's another email. Please see email below from the vindicator indicating that he has not received payment or communication on this bill. Payment invoice. Then he have all of these invoices. This object was approved by the board in September, and we're steady waiting for payments. Here we are, 9/11 from this vendor. We called Keith at 12. He said that the check was mailed. We spoke to Janice. They said that the check was mailed. The email was sent. Several calls to the villages, which were all unanswered. Then we sent emails to the following trustees: Jason House, Brittany Norwood, Kiana Belcher. So when we're receiving these invoices and when we're questioning these things, we're not doing it to go back and forth. There has to be some type of transparency. We will not be able to work forward as a village if we don't have transparency. And that's all we're asking for. If you don't want to email us the receipts or provide us with the receipts, make it easy. Provide us backward access with my viewpoint so that we're not back and forth. But I just want to state for the record that it's unfair that as the mayor, you don't see fit for us to receive this information. But as trustee, this is the very thing that you were fighting for, transparency. Thank you, Mayor.
For the record, trustee, you guys get everything that we have. We send an email, you get the financial reports, you get everything, and I've shown that in videos. Now you want me to go do some more work and show you again that you get what we
tell you you should have. Now, as it relates to transparency, we have been nothing but transparent here at the Village of Dolton. You guys can do spin cycles, scare tactics, tell people that we not when we are. At the end of the day, I keep stating this, if it's something that you don't feel comfortable with when you come to this meeting, you have literally 48 hours to make sure you reach out, ask questions, bring up an invoice, talk about a receipt, whatever it is. But y'all all choose not to, because this is your only time to get on a platform and talk or say whatever you want to say. When y'all really, if you're gonna be adult about it, call somebody's phone, ask the question. But y'all don't. So now when y'all get up here, you point the finger, this person ain't doing this person ain't doing that. Well, all y'all have to do is pick up a phone, call, get your questions answered. You will have everything that you need. But yet we gotta sit here and throw tantrums and go back and forth with one another about what you said, you did, you didn't get, all of that. Like, come on. Like I said, y'all should be tired of it. Y'all can't keep coming up here making the same excuses when y'all not doing y'all job. That's really what it boils down to. Until y'all do y'all job, y'all can stop with the mess. Miss me with all that in 2024, because we here to do the business. So with that being said, call the roll, Clerk Key. Let's move on. We got another warrant list, please.
Clerk Key, is this vote for with the amendments?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay. Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
No.
Trustee Tammy Brown. Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
No.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion
Okay,
passed.
moving on. Like, that was pointless. That was just dumb. So now, moving on. AP warrant list. Trustee Stan Brown.
AP warrant list, January the 2nd, 2024. Corporate payment registered, $2,537,872.56. Total corporate payments, $3,983,834.15.
All right, is that your motion?
It's a motion to accept these bills as read.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Is there a motion and second? Any discussion?
Yes, Mayor, I also have a superseding motion
All right,
for this list as well.
okay.
I would like to request the bills as read with the following items removed. So my motion is to approve the bills with the amendment stated.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Is there a motion and second? Any discussion?
I have one comment or question.
Right.
For the bills that are approved on this list, will those checks be released this week?
Every time you guys approve bills, we do release the checks.
And I'm asking that specifically, as Trustee Norwood mentioned, and I've sent, as you asked, I've sent several emails about vendors who have asked for payment for things that were approved. Be more specific, Third Millennium and Associates, in the email on December 1st, they indicated $17,000, which was approved in August. Pure Tech, $32,500, email sent on December 19th, they were approved in August. LED lighting, that's the stop signs, the flashing stop signs, look really good. $17,999.80, that was emailed to on 12/19 asking for status, that was approved in April. Mako, $20,000, that was emailed on December 11th. That's for payment of multiple invoices. And D's Construction, $378,620.64. Again, I emailed without a response on December 15th. That was approved in July. That's the reason for my question is is just to confirm, I have your word on record. So that's my statement. Thank you.
Okay, so why do you guys keep taking things out of the warrant list that the people need? Why would y'all take out the concrete company? Why y'all keep taking stuff out that matters to the residents? Help me understand that, Trustee House. Why did you take that out?
So the items that I take out.
No, I'm talking about that one item right there, concrete. Why did you take that out? How do public works keep going? If y'all take out people that supply us with things for water main breaks, because we had a whole issue when y'all did this same dance show when it was Thanksgiving. And we didn't have any cold patch. We didn't have nothing because you guys took it out of the warrant list. So how do you provide for the residents when y'all play this game?
Would you like me to respond?
You should respond.
Okay. My statement's been the same for the last 4 months. We have bills that are piling up that are way past due. We cannot afford them. And yet we continue to go out and get new bills and accumulate new things without following a budget, without a plan, just willy-nilly, hey, go over here. You get a plane ticket. You get some restaurant food. So at the end of the day, we have to pay all of our back stuff. Public Works again. Has Public Works been paid yet for their back pay for 4 years? Now we're past due. That's a lawsuit that they can file at any given moment. We also have other unions that are 4 years past due. We have tons of bills way past due in addition to the bills that I just read into record that need to be taken care of. So if those bills get taken care of first, pay your old bills first, then we'll look at the new bills. That's my stance. Thank you.
Okay, so that's excuses, because at the end of the day, we still got to provide the service for the resident. Regardless of your thought or how you feel about things and how it's ran, our job is still make do with what we have. So right now, if we have to order concrete or need like I just said, a water main fix, a whole patch, it's people that call us every day about things like that. But you guys sit here and play this silly game and not take care of the people. Your job is to provide for the residents. Yet, you guys won't even pass a tax levy. You guys won't even pass a budget. All these things warranted the things that you're asking to be paid, such as union negotiation, contracts. And you just stated, for the record, you've been here, 6 years now? So 4 years ago, you just stated, right? 4 years ago, you was the same trustee sitting there, right? So these are the same problems y'all had 4 years ago. All we're doing is trying to clean up what has been broken for so long. And if you guys would just work with me and stop fighting on every little thing, we will be a whole lot further as a community. There's no unity here. All you guys is create chaos. Y'all chaos agents. That's all y'all do is go and create mess, but with no solution. Name one thing y'all have came up with and done in this community. Nothing. All y'all do is say, point finger. Oh, she doing this. Oh, he doing that. But y'all ain't did nothing for the people. So, prime example, I'm arguing with y'all over concrete. Concrete. That's way within our purchasing power. If our purchasing power is $20,000, we put it on there to be transparent, for the record, because y'all keep wanting to use that word. But all I'm asking you guys is do what's right. Stop picking and choosing people to not pay. If they did the work, pay them. What is the issue? Pay them. Y'all voted last time to pay, well, not y'all. That's when Tammy Brown flipped on y'all. Voted to pay everybody, including her friends. But yet you and the clerk chose not to even sign the checks. Y'all don't even sign the checks after the board voted to. Y'all just say this how the game go, right? We put it up, they vote for it, and whatever check come up, we supposed to sign them. Y'all didn't sign them at all. So let's talk about how you still got things sitting. Things sit because y'all refuse to sign the checks. So if you refuse to sign the checks, what does that mean? That's my problem. Y'all have to do better, Trustee House. You can't want to lead people and can't lead, man. You got to do better. I keep telling you, just because you wear a suit don't make you suitable. Stop. You got to do better than what you're doing right now. And right now, you're doing is keeping up confusion, keeping up mess. You got to grow, man. All right, moving on.
Can I please make a statement?
Yep, make your statement.
4 years ago, we were not in this mess. 4 years ago.
Yes, we were.
So, correction. We were not in this mess. We were paying bills. We did not have vendors emailing us on a weekly basis for non-payment. Yes, I did approve to pay my friend, and it is January 2024, and my friend still ain't paid, along with other
because your other friends didn't sign the check. So let's get that right.
Let's just make it, be for real, be 100. People are not being paid, so this is nothing that nobody's doing a grandstand show. The emails are here. If anybody would like to see them, I can print you a copy, and I will block out the other information. So yes, again, we were not in this mess 4 years ago. We were able to pay our vendors because we followed the budget. That's the reason why you make a budget, and it is to be followed, not to spend and do as you want to do nilly-willy. Thank you.
Okay, not true, Trustee. Let me take you down memory lane. Don't y'all have somebody from 5 Star, and remember, came for this body, and y'all owe him money from 2019, 2017, so y'all wasn't paying y'all bills. Stop lying to the public. Y'all wasn't. Like I said, y'all got a grandstand on everything, and we got the invoice to prove it. Y'all saw it. And
wasn't you on the board?
Hold on, pause. Your friend wasn't paid. Because your friends, Trustee House and Clerk Key, did not sign the check. And then I brought it up at the next meeting and I said, hey, they didn't sign the check, so what you gonna do? And you sat there, right? Didn't do nothing because it was okay. They can't make up government. The problem is they trying to make up government as they go. But all y'all do is keep losing. Y'all making a fictitious play world of y'all run stuff and y'all don't. Stop. I am the executive branch. Y'all are the legislative branch. That's it. Know your place. Learn your seat. And that's the problem y'all got. Y'all overstep. Y'all have to know what to do and y'all don't. That's why y'all keep losing. Y'all getting schooled from our attorney, the village attorney. Y'all got legislative accountant that y'all pay. Y'all talk about budgets, right? But y'all been paying that man, right? Y'all been putting him on one list,
not.
right?
You haven't
y'all been
paid
doing
him,
that.
so
Trustee,
stop
you
telling
are
that
out
story.
of order.
You
order.
stop telling
so y'all
those
been
lies.
doing that, right? So
You
y'all
need to
should
stop
stop
lying.
that. Y'all keep on having this attorney come in, make up these fake lawsuits that y'all keep losing at the taxpayer's expense. That's what y'all keep doing. Y'all need to stop. But yet he's on payroll. Did y'all budget for that? Is it a line item for that? No.
It is.
No, y'all didn't budget for it at all. And that is the problem. It's good for y'all, but ain't good for us, right? Y'all could do what y'all want, but the minute we say, hey, hold on, y'all, let's change this. Let's fix this. Let's do something different. Y'all keep talking about all that happy medium stuff. I told you that's all fluff. And then we get to this point and then we got to fight over bills, pay the vendors. They did the work. It's like y'all want us to have bad credit. Y'all want us to have a bad image to the public that we don't pay our bills. That's the image y'all got out there. Why? Because y'all get here and people scared to come and do work in our village. We are a village, guys. This ain't no mom and pop store. We supposed to be known for paying our bills, our vendors, not sitting here and pointing out who we gonna take out. We don't do that, but y'all do. Call the roll.
Hey, clerk, for verification, this is
we done with discussion. Call the roll.
Clerk, is this with amendments? I'm talking to the clerk.
Clerk Key.
This is this vote for trustee? Thank you. Thanks, clerk. I appreciate it. Aye.
Trustee Norwood?
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown?
No.
Trustee Tammy Brown?
Aye.
Trustee House?
Aye.
Trustee Holmes?
No.
Trustee Belcher?
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, here we go. Also, too, y'all know I'm the receipts lady, right? I always got paper trail for all of them. They were saying that they credit card that we line. Here's the proof right here. An email stating that they canceled the doggone credit card
Well, send it
from
to
the
us
bank.
so
Don't
we
worry
can
about. I'm gonna
see
give it to all y'all, including the public. But my point to y'all is stop believing the lies. They lie so much up here. It don't make no sense. Like I said, every night I gotta prove my love. Every night I gotta show y'all what it is. It's sad. They lie because they can't beat me. I keep telling you, they trying to run a campaign on lies. Ain't gonna get you nowhere. Nowhere.